There.
That'd be 18.
18, and you said a 9? Matt?
9, yeah.
Okay. You approach closer to, like I said, this dome-shaped cave amongst many that are kind of all around you. And now that you've gotten closer, you're still kind of behind cover as you hear not so friendly voices, except for one on the inside. Jed, you still quite can't place it. Daniel, you hear the voice, and you can peer through one of the holes in the cave. There's a few holes in it, and you peer through, and you see a familiar face.
Oh, no. Yeah!
Hello.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Hello! Inside of this dome-shaped cave, Daniel, you see Ejin, who is being bound by rope and is surrounded by what looks to be 2 or maybe 3 characters in dark robes with red embroidery on them. And you can overhear them, and they're talking to Ejin, and they're saying,
"Now listen. Don't be fooling with us. We know that you traveled with them. If you tell us where they're hiding, we'll let you go. It's that simple."
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Don't play dumb with us now, man. We have ways of making you talk.
Look, I've been out of it for a while. All I know is I woke up in a hospital or medical facility of some kind. I don't remember much of anything before then.
You, get the poker. We'll jog his memory.
would everyone like to roll initiative while we do this?
I would.
Yeah, I'll engage.
You, while you're doing this, you do see one of the other characters. There's a fire outside of this dome, a little campfire of embers, and inside of one of them is a metal poker. And the character comes out once again in a black robe with red embroidery, and he pulls the poker out of the fire, which is red hot at the end. And he just kind of blows on it to make it glow a little bit. What was everyone's initiative? And Dad, you can also, excuse me, Ejin, you can go ahead and roll initiative as well.
Which one do I use for initiative?
20.
Yep. Okay. Got a natural 20.
Yeah!
Ooh. Had some up his sleeve. He said, "I wanna get out of
There
this
you
room."
go.
I got a 17.
Ah. I also have a 17.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. So we'll do.
I guess Messi would go first because his dexterity is definitely higher than an 8 between us two.
What do you mean an 8?
Well, my dexterity is an 8. Usually, when people match a initiative roll, the higher dexterity goes first. So
Like your
8.
actual stat for Dex is 8?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's 20.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Awesome. Well, Ejin, at this time you are bound still with rope. However, as you are there, you do feel there is some give in the rope. You could roll a strength check to see if you can break out of it. You can also just try pleading with your capturers and try to figure out more. You don't seem to know exactly what they're talking about.
I don't. What do you want of me? Are you? I don't have anything. I don't know anything.
We have sources that have told us you traveled with 3 men that we're seeking out. A tiefling and 2 humans. Now, you can play dumb all you want, but we'll get the truth out of you, rest assured. Just tell us where they are.
My
I'm
mind's
very
foggy.
excited about something. What's that?
My mind is foggy. There's just nothing to recall.
Understandable. Do you want to do any kind of action, or do we want to pass it on?
Well, I'm trying to wiggle loose
Okay.
these bonds. So
Okay. You can roll your d20 and add your strength modifier to it and see if you can break out of it if you'd like to. I'm gonna say I don't have any kind of predetermined stats for this. I'm gonna say 15.
I can probably do that. Let's see. I got 11 plus 10. 21.
Oh, the modifier, the smaller number.
The smaller number is 11.
The smaller number is 11.
I've got 0 strength. And the little
Oh,
number is 11.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, so the 0, that's your modifier. That's my apologies. Okay, so the dice roll was how much?
The dice roll was 10.
Okay, so you pull against the ropes in your panic, and you hear them stretch and everything, but you don't manage to get out. You do manage to, however, tip over the chair that you're in and kind of thud to your side. So you're no longer sitting in your chair. The character that's on the outside with the poker turns around and begins to walk in. Was there anything else you wanted to say or try to do on your turn in particular?
Hey, please do not poke me with the poker. It looks very hot.
I can't make any promises.
Yeah.
Pain does not memory return.
Matthew and Ben, because you matched on your initiative roll, when it comes around, you guys can determine who wants to go first.
That's fine. All right.
So let's plan this out. They don't know we're here yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quietly look at Daniel and I'm gonna be like, play along, stay hidden until the time is right. You'll know. And I'm gonna peek in the window stealthily, not to be seen. And I'm gonna cast.
So you're gonna roll a stealth check, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Just to make sure I'm not heard or seen. Let's do
Mhm.
that first. That's a 15.
Okay. And what would you like to do?
I'm just trying to not be seen when I do this, but I'm gonna quietly, because I think I have to say something with the spell, so I'll say it quietly.
That's verbal components.
hmm.
Verbal components.
I'm looking. Yeah, verbal. So I'll be quiet. But I'm gonna cast heat metal on the poker, the entire poker. So the
Okay.
whole thing. So he'll be, I guess, walking towards Aegon,
Mhm.
like menacingly,
Mhm.
and then you'll see the end of it. The end of it's red, and then all of a sudden the whole thing will start spreading into his hand.
You just
And
I like the plan.
any creature in physical contact takes 2d8. So we're gonna go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay.
And then he either has to drop it, but if he holds on to it, he just keeps taking fire damage.
Okay.
If he does wish to keep holding on it, I believe is a saving throw.
That's 17 damage.
What the heck? Okay,
So-
so you successfully get up to the opening in the cave wall. You send your spell of heat metal, and as the man goes to poke at Aegon, like you said, the redness from the tip spreads down rapidly, and this man's arm bursts into flames.
Oh no!
He goes,
Oh, God.
and he drops it. He said 17 damage.
17 damage.
Holy crap.
I casted it 3rd level on accident. I meant to cast it at 2nd level, and I cast it at 3rd. So yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, his arm is on fire, and he's frantically swatting at it. And his his robe that he has on is blazing on the sleeve. He drops the poker, which clanks to the floor, and the other two guys, what just happened? What are you doing? Someone's here. And they draw their swords. The one guy's still freaking out. Ben, we are to Daniel's turn.
All right. Try. Just charge in.
I'm gonna put on music for myself. I need it. It's a requirement.
The escape of Egan. Egan's like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Exactly.
We keep finding him. What's going on?
Kind of like your car keys. Lost. You find me.
What should I do? Things I could do. Oh wait, I can cast that. All right, and so as soon as be something interesting here. As soon as they say someone's here, I'm gonna cast. How big's the cave?
20-foot radius.
I was gonna say it felt like a 20-foot dome.
Yeah, 20-foot dome exactly.
Perfect. Gonna cast. If I can spell it.
CHRISTI.
It's only 15.
CHRISTMAHERT.
So,
and I will
in covering all of the
NALLYIMC.
like from the entrance to as far as back of the cave as 15 foot can go, just darkness.
Ooh.
Okay. So you do that, and just like all the lights just seem to go out, and it's complete darkness up until, like you said, like that last 5 feet, which coincidentally is where Egan is as he's tipped over in his chair. So Egan, you're laying there, and you just see this wall of darkness appear where there used to be people and the cave. And now it's dark. However, in your area, it's light. It's very surreal, very strange to you. But it does succeed, and you hear the characters inside going, "Well, what's happening? Get out there! Find them!" And they're you hear them shuffling around and bumping into each other.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just stay right on the edge of the darkness, to where if they leave, if I can maybe see them leave, but if I see them leave, I can just poke my head back in and just stay inside the darkness if I see them leave the cave.
Gotcha.
That's right.
Okay.
So I'll just be sitting on the edge of the darkness.
On the edge of darkness.
Like Batman.
I want to know, because I'm laying on the floor, and you said he dropped that red hot poker.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wiggle over there and burn these ropes?
You can certainly try when we come back to your turn. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea. So Daniel casts darkness. Already at this time, he pulls out his sword, and he just kind of says, "All right, guys, where would you like me?"
Try your best to be quiet. Go hug the wall, but go see if you can go free the gnome. I think
his name is Egan.
Yes, Egan.
All right. Let's see. He rolls a stealth check. We're gonna roll a stealth check. We're gonna roll it with advantage though, however, because they are in the dark.
Yep.
Ooh, thank goodness for that. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay. So yeah, he sneaks around and quietly kind of gets around the side of the dome where there is the opening that you saw Egan through, and kind of pops his head in. He goes,
Agent, over here.
Yeah. Come untie me. Jeez.
What? Why are you just standing there?
I don't think I could squeeze through here. Let's see. Yeah.
And he pulls out like a dagger that he has, and he kind of tosses it to you, and it kind of lands near you on the ground,
Okay.
thanks to the floor. We are going to see, once he does that, we're going to see if any of these dudes manage to fight anything. Oh yeah, no. These guys are just fumbling around in the dark like idiots, and you hear their swords clanking, and you hear them, oh, get out of my way. Oh, that's my foot. Oh, that's my nose. You know, they're just, I mean, it's comical. You guys are you got them in this little tiny cave. Ejim, we are back to you.
Well, I guess the knife might be easier than the hot poker idea, so I'm going to scooch over and grab the knife between the heels of my hand and try to saw through the rope.
Okay. And
that mess.
Yeah, no problem. I'll have you roll a dexterity roll for that.
Okay.
Make sure you get a good grip on it. Same as last time. So instead of what I said last time, the bigger number is your modifier.
Well, I have 15 plus, I rolled a 17. So, 32 total. Well, okay, 17 plus the 2 modifier.
There you go. Okay, all right. So that'd be 17, so 19 total.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So you get the knife in the palms of your hands, and the ropes do snap, and you're able to stand to your feet again.
Goodness.
So now you are free from your ropes. However, in your particular area, the only real way out is this wall of darkness and this small little window that Artie could not fit through. It's about that big. It's not really a window. It's just what I'm calling. It's just a hole in the rock. So yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do or questions you'd like to ask?
So you said I cannot fit through this hole?
You cannot. No.
Okay. So I guess I would discreetly call out to my whoever threw me the knife, say, do you know what's going on? Can you help me get out of here?
We're working on it. Right now those guys are fumbling around the darkness. Let me get back to you. We'll get you out of here. Just hold on, keep the knife on you, and be ready.
At this time, a little bit of a conference. What do we want to do to get him out?
Well, first I want to take care of them for right now. I've my plan during my next turn is to try to make them to kill them, make them run away.
Okay.
But so
Which
save him.
Now, while we're kind of discussing this and everything, I didn't cut you off, did I, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. If I did, just let me know. Let me see. Okay. Yes. So one of the figures that is in the darkness, he catches himself and he breathes, and he feels for the wall of the cave and starts sliding his hand over it. And we can't all see this, but I'm just explaining the situation. He feels the wall, and he starts recognizing that this is a magically cast dark. So he feels the wall, and he starts feeling over and walking himself around. And finally, Daniel, you see one hand reach out of the darkness of the cave, followed by a pale face in a hood and a cloak. And he starts looking around, and he locks eyes with you.
You. Thanks for making this easy.
So he comes out and has his sword to the ready.
Still technically in the darkness, though, right? I'm looking out from it, but I'm still technically in the darkness.
Oh, are you still in the darkness?
Yeah, that was my plan. I was hiding inside the darkness, like listening to see if anyone
Wow.
walked past me.
Oh, well, in that case, let me backtrack. Daniel, since you are in the darkness and I misunderstood that, you would have actually detected his body very close to you, feeling the wall as he was approaching the exit. So, that being said, what would you like to do? Excuse me for messing that up. I got this stuck in my head now.
Screw it. I'm gonna. I'm gonna cast Thugmatary to make my voice booming and inside the cave. So
Okay.
just and I'll just yell out into the darkness. Leave this place, or feel the wrath of the god you've encaptured.
Before I tell you what happens, and sorry to be nitpicky about this, so what is the description of the effects of thaumaturgy, whatever it is?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Specific one that I'm doing is your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
Okay. All right. Do you want to make an intimidation roll against these guys? And I'll give you advantage because you're using that particular format. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay. Why do I hear bird creatures? Is that me?
All right, so that's gonna be 16.
16? Okay, so you say this, and the one voice, or excuse me, the one figure, can you see them if you cast darkness?
I was hiding inside the darkness, so I do believe I cannot see them now.
Okay.
But I
So-
imagine I'm standing right at the edge, and I'm yelling this into the cave. So if he would hear anything, it's just the voice bouncing back. So
Okay, gotcha. So you feel / hear the 3 of them kind of, pipe up and turn around in response to the voice. The one in front of you takes a moment and he says,
Master, is this you? Who speaks?
I should probably respond.
I don't know. If only we had a paladin of a certain god that's kind of scary that could say something that would scare people.
I don't know if I should say I am or should I have a different deity of sorts.
Yes, is it blasphemy? Let's get theological with this. Okay? Is it blasphemy for a paladin to say I am
dang.
this god? Because I mean, will he be mad at you?
I'll just yell, "You dare question me!"
Oh, that's a good workaround.
The character in front of you, he takes a moment, he goes,
I know not who you are, stranger. But rest assured, if you can bleed, you will
and you hear and feel very close to you a sudden as a blade gets swung around blindly in the darkness. Nothing hits you, but you feel that he frequents the company of something else very scary.
I'll just say one more. Then you have chosen death. And then I guess that'll be my turn because it takes an action to cast documentary.
Cliffhanger. Okay. Awesome. So Matthew, you haven't gone yet, right?
Okay, so I hear everything that's going on, and I hear Daniel, and I know it's Daniel because
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I've done this before. Oh,
Must have been blasphemous after all.
Ooh.
he has been smited.
Doug got
Come on.
smote.
You want to get smoked?
So, what the last words you said after telling him, and it sounded like he was doubtful, right? So you want to show him power, so like a god would show power. So Jed's thinking, I know what to do, and I'll run into the middle of the room, like just into the middle of the room, like closer to where they are in the darkness, staying away from the other guys. So sorry, Daniel, this might hurt a little bit. But I'm gonna go in the middle of the room, and I'll be like, trying to copy Daniel's voice. I'm an excellent copy, right? So I'm good at copying. Like
That's fair.
I'm
But the problem is
I'm
you
good
can't
at
make it as
copy.
loud.
No, I can't make it as loud, but I want it to. So whatever you want me to roll for this,
Mhm.
I'll say, I'll say, indeed, you have chosen my wrath, and then I'll cast Thunderwave. So the point is, I'm trying to come off performing as this god is now in the room. Like before, it was like, oh, but now I'm like
Yeah.
right here next to you, and then I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
I'll let you choose between a intimidation and a performance check.
Okay.
But then yeah, obviously you can cast Thunderwave regardless.
Let me do that first. Intimidation, performance. Let's do performance.
Okay.
That is a 19 on performance.
Ooh. Well, when you speak, the sudden proximity of your voice being physically there, you feel a tension in the air as they all go and they snap to the side. And then you said you cast
I
Thunderwave,
cast
right?
Thunderwave.
All right.
I'm gonna try to stand as far away as I can from Daniel, but then again, I don't know exactly where he is.
Well, okay.
So-
How big is this entrance? I should ask.
The entrance itself is a pretty standard door size, so we'll say it's like a 5-foot cube for.
Okay, so I was standing right next to it, and I'm guessing he's like right outside of the darkness. So for what you do, what you would need to do without being seen, you would cast it at the edge of the darkness, because that's where you can kind of see, and that's how spell works. You pick a point where you can see, and then Thunderwave happens. So you will sadly hit me.
It's on self. It comes off of me.
Oh, really?
So I creeped in past him, got in the darkness, stood, and wherever I stand, it goes 15 feet out from me.
I am still right next to the entrance, like I said.
So I took a few steps in. So that's up to Doug if I hit him or not.
So if it's a 20-foot diameter area, I mean, how far in would you say you are?
Close to the middle, but closer to the entrance. I didn't go very far in.
Okay, so you're like,
I'm probably gonna hit.
It's
I'm
fine
probably
if you
gonna
hit me.
hit. I hope it is. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Jed would do this, so I'm sorry. Okay, so they all need to take Constitution saving throws.
And what's the circumference of that attack, by the way? I know you just said it.
15 feet.
15 feet, and you're within the first.
I mean, I would imagine he's like right next to where the darkness is, right? Like you said,
So like,
he
so like
didn't
the
go that
first,
far in.
Okay, so for like simple math, we'll say like the first 5 feet, right? Pretty much like you're like the first 5 feet in, so you're not too deep in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So con saves, right?
For everyone who gets hit. Yes.
All righty.
Yeah, I take full damage.
First guy. What are they trying to pass?
16 plus 5 because you said after a duel I get a plus 5 to it, so it's like
Okay. So you're going ahead and using that, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well, sheesh. All right then. So what is this?
Be a 21.
Sheesh. Ooh, one dude crit failed. I mean, they all failed and one was a crit. So
How do you want to handle the crit?
um,
You want to double the damage on him?
sure. I mean, that's typically what you do, right?
All right. Well, that's everybody. Everybody takes 23 damage, and then the guy who got critted, I'll roll again. I won't double it.
Oh my
He
god.
gets 11 more damage.
So 34 damage for him,
Yes.
right? Okay. And then everyone else took 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I want to just thinking if I didn't kill him, I want to scare them away, right? So I'm gonna lay down on the ground and pretend to be dead. So if anybody runs, like if I'm standing there and somebody runs at me and they're just like, "Oh, it's just a guy, get him," but I want to be like a limp body on the ground.
Okay.
Sorry, Ben, I didn't mean to explode you.
And everyone is pushed 10 feet backwards, right?
Everyone is pushed 10 feet back.
So I'm just like kind of slam into the wall. I go, "Wah."
Meanwhile,
So in order of events, if you want to look at it like this, don't know how they reacted. Doug, you can go on. But I come in, I said what I said, right?
Mhm.
And then that I'm here now and I'm gonna and then basically everything boom, like huge explosion, and everything gets thrown back, and then I kind of get down on the ground like quietly. So that's what happened.
Okay. All right. And Ben, you took some damage from that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now does that affect your darkness and stuff like that?
Ooh, wait, is darkness concentration?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
you'll have to roll. Yeah.
I'm proud of myself for asking that, to be quite honest.
As a bonus action, I will give you a bardic inspiration.
That's fair.
so you can roll. You can use that.
Darkness is concentration. I will use that bardic inspiration. So concentrations work. Usually it's a D10. What was the damage again?
The damage.
Yeah.
23.
Jeez.
Let me remind myself that concentration works, but I might have to roll above a 23.
I've not had to do that before. I've had to concentrate, and I got like a 15, and I passed. But
Well, usually
I will-
concentration rolls are just like if you get like stabbed with a sword, you just like and it's usually a D10. But if you take a lot of damage, it's a higher, and I forget.
I love that. I love that during all of this, Ejin is facing this wall of darkness, and he just hears like people screaming and like thunder behind it, and explosions and scary voices, and he's like,
I'm glad to be over here.
yeah.
over here. You have to beat a.
Thanks, Dad. By the way, I just saw that.
You have to beat a 12.
12. You did the math.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what dice do I add to that also?
It's. You just have to beat the DC.
Well, yeah, but your product inspiration. What you dice?
Oh, it's a D6.
D6. Be adding that to that also. So altogether, without wait, no, concentration. All right, that's just gonna be 20.
It's a D8, excuse me, at 5th level. Sorry, I've been rolling D6s when I could have been rolling D8s.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you keep concentration so the darkness stays.
Yeah.
Thank God. That would the darkness
just-
would have gone away.
Just like explosion, darkness disappears. See you fall flat on your face.
So what was the conclusion? I'm sorry, I missed it.
The
It's
darkness
still
stays
dark.
up.
Okay, darkness stays on. All right. Sorry about that, everyone.
No, you're fine.
But okay, cool. So yeah, that happens. All three of the guys just fly back, and one of them gets flung into the lit area where Ejin is, and he kind of flies back and hits that wall, falls down, and he rubs his head. He's very dazed now. He goes,
I don't know what you did, but you're gonna pay for this.
and he brings out his scimitar, and he holds it and starts to approach you. He's very wobbly still. The other two, in the darkness, also hit the cave walls and fall to their feet. Daniel, what is based on where you see yourself in this cave? When the effect of being blown back happens, where did you end up? Are you still inside the cave based on how you envision it?
I believe I
Or
was next to the entrance, so if Matthew was like over here, kind of, I would if he was standing like near the wall next to me, then I would get blown out of the cave. But I believe he was standing over here, so I just get blown like contact into the wall. So
into the wall? Okay,
yeah, so I'm still in the darkness. I would say. I think.
gotcha. All right. Cool. Let's see. All right, so when all that happens, everyone that's affected kind of like falls to their knees or falls down completely, and that sort of thing. Daniel, you kind of like your hand hits the ground as you got a little shaken up by that. When this happens, you feel just a finger or two land right on yours on the floor, and you hear nearby you hear a voice say,
There you are.
After that, though, let's see what happens next. Yes. The particular guy that was burning earlier, the same man that ended up in there with Ejin, he's going to go for an attack. And Ejin, what is your armor class?
I've got light armor. Armor class is,
In other words, AC.
yeah. I'm looking for it. I'm not sure. I'm not used. Oh, it's 12.
It's 12. Okay. Oops. And he just managed to meet 12. So he will be doing a. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, he will be doing an attack with his scimitar, swinging at you. Holy cow! And you feel a sudden gash across you as he hits you with 6 damage with his scimitar, and he laughs at the sight of blood trickling down your chest.
Okay.
Let's see, that was him. I need to refer to all my stuff that I have. I have so many pieces of paper up here. Cool. Cool. So you took that attack, and Egan, as well as Daniel and Jed, while you're in this situation, Egan, you hear, excuse me, you hear a voice shouting from somewhere nearby. You turn, and it's Artie inside the window area, the opening that he was poking his head through earlier, and he's looking at the bad guy that's in front of you, and he just looks at him very straight-eyed. And he goes, "I kind of think you should have stayed in the dock. You are ugly." And when this happens, he, for the first time, has cast Cutting Words on this guy. Let me see. Makes an attack roll. Oh, excuse me. Did I mean Cutting Words? I didn't mean Cutting Words. I'm still learning. What did I mean? Vicious Mockery. That's what I meant.
Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, that's what I actually meant. He cast Vicious Mockery. Which results in 7 damage. Oh, get over there. And the bad guy literally just responds like, "Oh,
What did you just do?
and he's like partly physically hurting, partly emotionally hurting from it. And Artie's just like, "Jed, Daniel, I think I just did it. I think I just did it. I did something. I did magic." And you can just hear him. He's very excited for himself. Anyway, small moment. Anyways, meanwhile, from inside, Ben, what is your, or excuse me, Daniel, what is your AC?
All right. Remember, since we are on deck nurse, there is disadvantage.
That's true. Okay. Well, what is it anyway? But yeah.
17.
Okay.
Can we
What
have
else you
shield?
got? What's that?
I'm making sure I didn't. My shield isn't on there right now. Nope. Okay, we're good. No shield modification. We're good. 17.
Okay. Let's see. So you hear this figure that just had his hand on yours, and he kind of grips onto your hand for a moment. He tries to pull you down. However, you are so much bigger than him that when he pulls, because of he's still very shaken up from the previous attack and the darkness and everything. He pulls, and then you just feel him like leave your vicinity. But you hear a ah, as he apparently has just run his head into one of the cave walls and dealt himself a little bit of damage there. He got a nat 1. He failed critically to his attack. So yeah, that was no problem there. And Egan, we come back to you as you are being approached by a emotionally hurting cultist-looking figure with a scimitar in his hand.
Well, he's kind of reeling still, I think, from his attack. But I've meanwhile picked up the poker.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing it with all my might at him.
Okay. We can do, well, first of all, roll the d20 for that, and you have a 0 for your strength modifier, so just whatever your
17.
17. Okay, that's
17,
awesome.
yeah.
Nice. As far as damage goes, we can say, what do we think? Maybe like a d6? Maybe?
Whatever you say.
It is a sharp, pointy object, so D6 does make sense.
I'll tell you what. Do you want to? Whoa! Hello, YouTube commercial that I didn't ask for. For Egan, do you want to make it bludgeoning damage because you're hitting? Do you want to make it piercing?
I was picturing bludgeoning as I'm swinging it like a bat,
Okay.
small bat.
So you want to hit it like a bat?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit him upside the head,
Okay. Yeah.
hopefully. But,
Awesome. So yeah, go ahead and roll a d6 and tell me what she is.
well, it's a 2.
That's all right. So yeah, you wind back and you hit him right in the arm, and you hear a slight crack as his arm just kind of fractures a little bit, and he cries out in pain. Awesome. Oof. He falls back, and that brings it to one of the other fellows. First of all, was there anything else you wanted to try to do besides attacking on that turn in particular?
That was it right now. He's my main concern at this point before I can do anything else, because
Okay. Now, from where you are, you have not actually seen anybody except for Artie.
Right.
But you do detect that there's some kind of action going on in the darkness nearby. What's Egan's curiosities or thoughts concerning this particular situation? Just because I'm curious.
Well, I've kind of gathered that they are possibly friendlies, because I do feel like that's where the knife came from. So they're, so I'm optimistic that they can be of help, and I'm not afraid of them. I do know that obviously there's some scuffling going on, so there's, some bad guys over there somewhere, but at this point, I'm just worried about the bad guy that's right here with me. And also, I feel like I need to get going on. I feel like I'm here for a reason, and I don't know what that is, but I'm anxious to search out whatever I was here for.
Yeah.
Gotta figure that out.
Awesome. And just so you know, if at any point you want to communicate with, like I said, you don't know who's in the darkness, but you know there's probably friendlies in there somewhere. So you can always speak into the void and see who speaks back, or you can speak to Artie, who's in the window, although you don't know his name right now. So just letting you know that you have those for grabs. Let's see what's happening. As this is all happening, throughout the cave, everyone feels and hears a sound that kind of reverberates and shakes ever so slightly. And it doesn't seem to have any immediate effect, but definitely everyone noted it felt like a large, actually felt like a very small shaking or trembling within the structure around you. Let's see. Coming back to
Me and Jed.
Yes, I was gonna say whichever one of you wants to go.
All right. So I think a good option here is because I think Artie's kind of messed with the atmosphere by he was celebrating, but he kind of just yelled out our names. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna like drop the darkness and be like, Artie, it's trying to intimidate people here.
I'm sorry, I got excited. I forgot the plan. Sorry about that, guys. So you said you dropped the darkness?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When you do this, you realize that cracking noise was the structure around you had started to fracture from the thunder wave that had happened previously. Nothing that seems dangerous. It just kind of looks like it's just going to fall apart, around you guys. So there you go. Anything else you wanted to do?
Well, yeah, it's dropping it. I think it's just a free action. So
Okay.
I'll just be like, try to take one of these morons alive, and I'm just gonna attack this one in front of me.
Okay.
It's my
Go
great
for it.
sword. Huzzah! That would be a 12 to hit.
The 12 will not hit.
All right, so it'll be second attack.
Okay.
Sucks. It's a 9. Technically.
9.
Yeah.
So Daniel, you wind up and you swing your sword twice, correct?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, wait
so-
1 second. Can I? That's fine. I made a mistake, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Personal
Alright,
mistake.
so-
nothing.
Yeah, you swing twice, and he's just fast enough to dip out of the way of your swings. Let's see. And then was there, besides attacks, was there anything else you wanted to do? Did you want to move or anything like that?
Is he right next? Yeah, he's right next to me. I just attacked him. I don't want to give the opportunity. I just said keep one alive. Yeah, my turn.
Okay.
Jed.
All right, and then Jed, your turn.
Okay. We're level 5, aren't we?
Yes.
You, yeah.
Sorry, my brain
I
is
said you. I don't know why. I
You?
started saying you
You?
are, but the word you just came out. You.
Gotcha. So I'm laying on the ground. What did I intentionally didn't listen because I don't know what's going on. What did I
You
hear?
drop the darkness. So there's no more darkness.
You dropped the darkness?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So I'll
already
stand up.
just screamed out our names, so there's not really try to keep this bit going.
Gotcha.
You got overly
Well,
zealous and forgot about the plan.
So I'll stand up and basically just I'm just going to gauge the scene, see where everybody is. One's attacking Ejin, and then one's getting attacked by Daniel, correct?
And there's also a third one somewhere, I think.
Mhm.
So I'll engage with the third one. Where is he?
He is kind of. I know we talked about our recurring issue with matching up scenery and stuff because we're using our imaginations.
Yeah.
But if you're looking bird's eye view at the dome, and the door is at the bottom part of it, I like to imagine Daniel and your opponent kind of on the right side of it, the right bottom side. You got Ejin and his opponent towards the back or the very top part. And then Matthew, your opponent and him are going to be right, or you and your opponent are going to be kind of on the left side, parallel to Daniel and his opponent.
Okay. So I'll I'll run over there and not run. I'll probably just walk slowly. I'll go over there and I'll engage with that guy. Okay, so we'll do he said keep one alive, right?
I did say that, yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just take my sword out and attack him.
Okay.
Well, I actually probably already have my sword out, so I've got a rapier. All right. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. 1d8. I got 8 damage.
8 damage. Nice. Let's see. Let me do this. Okay. Awesome. And then what kind of attack was that?
What do you mean? I'm
Oh.
piercing.
Oh, okay. So okay. I was looking something up, so whenever you did that attack, I was like, I missed that type of attack it was. Okay. So you're just piercing him with your sword.
Yep. Ching, ching.
Okay.
Yep.
Ching, ching. Awesome. So yeah, you pierce him, and he cries out as blood, a pool of blood starts to show and shimmer on his black, cultishy robe. Was there anything else on that turn you wanted to do?
That's it. That's my turn.
That's it. Okay. Alrighty. let's see. The character in front of. Let me see. Yes. I jumbled up my notes, so the character in front of Daniel. Yes, the character in front of Daniel. He attempts to make another attack, however, misses as well, as he is quite dazed still from the previous encounters. He misses. He rolled for an attack and missed. And let me see if I can do this. Yes. Okay. When this happens, he swings his scimitar down and strikes the cave wall and kind of exchanges those misses that you did with him a second ago. When he strikes it, again, you hear that around you as the as the cave starts to, in chunks, starts to fall apart around you. Would everyone make a Dex save throw and see if we can dodge some Rockies?
$26.
Okay.
What's save? Sorry.
Dex.
Dex.
14.
Okay.
4.
Okay. All right. As these rocks are falling, Jed, he's like cartwheeling out of the way as they're falling around him. Let me not be total ignoramus. Okay. Oh yeah. We're just gonna do this. Hold on. Egan as well, even though you're quite shaken, you do manage to dip out of the way. Daniel, you do feel a thud on your shoulder as a heavy piece of rock kind of crashes down on you. It doesn't shake you to your feet or anything, but it's a decent blow. So it's going to do you 2 damage. Nothing too crazy. But it will leave a little bit of a mark. However, as these rocks begin to fall and more of the ceiling overhead is crumbling away, and the whole thing kind of opens almost like an egg, just cracking open. Every single one of the bad guys gets hit with a falling rock, reducing their health, and they react accordingly. So that worked out. Let's see. So that was
with this thing crumbling, are we still separated?
At this point, it crumbles around, and now there's just like a foot tall ring where the cave was. It's all just kind of collapsed rock now. So you're pretty much on a level playing field of rock now. Okay. And that brings it. It's actually going to be Artie's turn, and he's going to run over and draw his sword. And he's going to hop over where Jed is. Let me see. Where is his sword? Okay, cool. He's going to pull out his sword and roll. However, the guy is just going to counter it and parry with his scimitar and, do that. So there is that. The bad guy with you, Egan, he is going to attempt to strike you again. And what did you say your armor class was earlier?
12.
Don't say if it hits. I'll use my reaction to -7 away from that.
7 away from the result?
Away from the result.
Egan.
Uh-huh.
This character swings his scimitar down straight at your head. And you feel this invisible force just swing past you, and you see Jed's outstretched hand as he casts this weird spell, and the blade of the scimitar at the last second whooshes away dealing you no damage.
Thank you, Chad.
Good job. Good job. Awesome.
I can only do that
Um,
once on a reaction, and I'm running out of those.
Yeah. Aegin, it is your turn again.
All right. So, okay. I mean, I assume all I've got are no weapons. I've got a knife and I've got a poker.
No.
Because, I mean, when they tied me up? I don't know what happened. So when I woke, did I have weapons?
That's a good question.
Like,
Um.
my character had weapons, but
Yeah. For the moment being, I kind of am substituting because I mean I'm looking at your character sheet
Mhm.
and I see the weapons you have on there. We can, let's do this though. We'll tie it in. Agent, as you are using this opportunity of free breathing time for a split second, you do look behind the chair where you were bound, where your bag of items previously was.
so
And
look there sooner.
yeah. So we'll
Okay.
just say everything that you have in your bag. It's you throw it on real quick and you get your stuff. We'll just forget about time for a split second.
All right. Well, then I would like to dispatch this guy. If I could, I'd pull out my longsword
Okay.
and take off his head if I could. Attempt to, anyway.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it. The D20.
Mhm. Okay. Got a 14.
Let's see. A 14 will not land. It will not land a hit.
Okay.
Let's see. So yeah, you pick up your long sword and you just and it just crashes into the stone floor next to him as he dips out of the way. But his eyes are very wide from realization of what could have just happened. You kind of exchange a knowing glance, knowing that he must have kind of did that to you as well. So, it's an exchange there.
Okay.
Any non-attack actions you would like to do?
Well, I don't see me being able to accomplish much. Are you there?
Huh? Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I just don't see me being able to accomplish much while this guy is hounding me.
I got you.
So I'm kind of gonna just stay with him till
Okay,
something
no
happens.
Okay. Now that you can see, though, you can see Ben, and you can see uh, excuse me, you can see Daniel, you can see Jed, and you can see Artie.
Yep.
Now that you can all kind of see each other, do you want to say anything to them now that you know kind of who you're talking to?
Little help?
Fair enough.
Get rid of this guy. Where are the other? What's the status of the other two? They're still up and fighting?
Yes. Yeah. The other two are still fighting.
So I mean, they may not be able to offer any help right now. But
not at the moment. However, depending on what actions follow up and who gets shifted around, anything could change. So
yeah. So
it's always possible. But all right. So is that all for you then?
that would be it.
Okay. Matthew, your assailant goes to strike you. However, a 6 will probably not hit, will it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. He's gonna, man, I think I suck at rolling with bad guys, by the way. I feel like the last time we battled, man, my rolls are garbage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he swings his scimitar at you and just misses completely, but he turns back and just says some kind of an arcane curse under his voice. Just not a curse. He just says something crude that is another language. So yeah, he says that, but he is very, very upset. Clearly, which brings it back to Matt/Ben, whoever wants to go.
All right, you have any idea what you want to do, Jed? Because I have an idea. I guess I'll go first. Okay, yeah. So what I'm gonna do with my first action is make sure I'm not.
Excuse me. Were you trying to collaborate a plan with
No,
Jay?
no, I'm currently doing math.
Boo, math.
Matthew?
Matthew?
That's a little bit different than math.
True. Matthew, math true. That is not what I'd like to do. Hi, Snake. Hi, Snake. Oh, man.
Oh, that's perfectly full. Okay, so as my action, I'm gonna lay on hands myself. Just actually put myself from my entire 25 HP into myself. That will be full heal.
There you go.
All right, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to like try. I'm gonna just go to like to the center of the room, and do Champions Challenge. So all three of these enemies, we're gonna need a Wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Oh, okay. The wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
And that's for all three of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So you tell me how many passes, and if all three of them pass, I don't really say anything. If they don't, then I'll read this out.
And 2 passes, 1 fail.
All right, the one that failed is it the which one failed? I may ask.
The one that failed is the one near Matthew.
All
Or
right.
Jay.
Each creature you choose that you see within 30 feet of you must make on a failed save. The creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. This effect ends if you are incapacitated, or if the creature is more than 30 feet away from you.
So it can't go more than 30 feet away from you. And then what was the first part?
Well, that's it, actually.
Oh, okay. So it just has to stay within the proximity to you.
Yep, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move towards the entrance as much as possible, but making sure he's always on the edge of 30 feet. So,
Okay.
so if Matthew wants to go help Ejin, he can.
Yeah.
He risk being followed by that one.
Okay.
And I'll just taunt the one that was in front of me, just being like, "Is that all you got?"
Is that all you got? Awesome. All right. So is that everything for you then?
That is everything. Yes.
Alrighty. So Matthew, where to you?
I guess the one in front of me, is he still engaged with me, or is he like facing away, or?
I was gonna say, based on what you just did, Ben, would that affect?
He's definitely affected by it, but so he physically can't walk any farther away from me because I went against 30 feet. Like I might be outside the cave by now.
Yeah.
I'm basically at the entrance, but so what I did is so he can't walk any further away from me.
Okay.
I suppose it's your opinion if the Champions Challenge makes him look away from Matthew or not. For like that's small in campus that would have happened. Because it doesn't say whether or not it does.
If it doesn't say whether it does or not, then I mean, whatever fits into your vision most, I'm okay with. I don't have a preference either way, to be quite honest. Both are okay with me. Which one would line up with whoever's strategy best?
I suppose if I issue them a challenge, they'll probably at least acknowledge me. If they fall for it, they definitely can see me. So
Yeah,
So I feel like yes, his gaze would not be off you right now, Matthew. I would say.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn then and head towards Ejin to help him
Okay.
take out this guy. So I'll go to the guy near Ejin, and I guess his back will be to me, and I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. Let's do this. All right, go for it.
All right. Non-natural 20.
Nice. Well, that'll definitely hit.
Damage. 11 damage.
11 damage. Not.
You me.
And this is the guy that I burned earlier?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And you just was that a stab?
Yep.
Okay.
Pierce.
So yeah, you come up behind him while he's distracted by Ejin. Sure enough, he just he goes ah, and he tenses up, and kind of you hear the wind get knocked out of him as he really his already pale skin begins to truly start looking very translucent due to the blood loss. So good hit, good hit. Was that it for you then?
That is it for me.
All right. So, Artie is still over by the guy that you were previously with, Matthew. He swings to attack him, and he misses. So, once again, they're kind of just parrying and standard old sword play. But you know what? Does he have anything else he wants to do?
Which one did Artie say he was by? Oh, Echo.
Artie had gone over where Matthew was, or excuse me, where Jed was, a second ago, and had tried like one time hitting him previously. So he's taking him on now.
All right. I would advise after he attacks, of course, just like to tell him to like back away. He can't chase. So.
Okay. Well, he hears you say this because I mean he just did his attack anyway. So you said you want him to back away.
Yeah, just like go help Ejin, one at a time. I'll handle these two for now.
All right, as you say. And he turns around. He runs towards Ejin and Jed. Oof. All right, and that is his turn. So the one guy now stands, scimitar in hand, bleeding from the back, and is surrounded by both Artie, Ejin, and Jed with their weapons drawn. And he goes in. He goes in for an attack on Ejin, and due to his weakness, and also my lousy roll, he swings, and just the sheer pain in his back and everything causes him to kind of fumble over in pain. He misses. No further effect. He's weak, and he knows he is outnumbered. He's very overwhelmed at this time. Which will bring it back to Ejin.
Yep. I'm gonna follow through with the longsword again,
Go for
but I'm gonna hit him this time.
Do it.
Never mind. I'm not.
I
I rolled a 5.
You roll a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. You also swing your sword, and although he is low on energy, he just happens to dip out of the way, just enough. Just enough.
Jeez.
Any other non-combat actions you'd like to do?
Not at this time.
Not this time? Okay. All right. The particular guy that Artie just abandoned turns to face Daniel and begins to run after him. I don't think too many of y'all have relocated your distance too much, so I'm gonna say this guy goes ahead and runs up to you, Daniel, and goes for an attack. Is that fair?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. The cave's only
Alright.
20 feet long. Most people have to move within 30 feet, so.
All right. 17.
At hits.
That will hit. Okay. He slashes at you with 4 damage across your thigh, your upper thigh.
All right.
And when he does this and he sees the blood leave your leg, he goes,
You shall know the power of the truest, of the strong on this island. You cannot win, even if we die.
he just talking to talk.
All right. That's fair. Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah.
All right. So he says that, and yes. That will now actually make it either Ben or either Jed or Daniel's turn.
You know what you want to do, Jed?
I'm just gonna knock the guy out in front of me.
Okay. So you're going for non-lethal?
Non-lethal with my sword, so same damage, but it won't kill him. It'll just if it takes him past his hit
Okay.
points, he'll be knocked out.
Go for it.
Which one? Roll. $22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Non-lethal damage of 8.
8.
Mhm.
So you're just going to knock him out, you said?
I'm trying to knock him out with like the pommel of the sword, like bonk.
So you managed to give him a solid knock on the head where he falls to his knees and his eyes just kind of roll up, and he just kind of like stays there, kind of like in a horrendous daze. He's at a singular hit point, so
Gotcha.
yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to do on that particular?
Keep this one alive, and then I'll end my turn. I'll say that out loud. Keep this one alive.
Okay. All right, so that will move it to
Me.
You said you?
Yeah, I didn't do my turn yet.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just attacked one in front of me. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Just shy of a hit.
Oh, really? They have the same AC as me. All right, we go again. No, we don't.
Okay.
I dropped my dice.
Mhm.
We go for a third time. That's a 16 again.
Still just shy of a hit.
I want to point out, if it wasn't
Yes.
for that -1 in strength, I would be hitting these rolls. So I
Next time, just use a sword during training, bro.
sorry.
I gotcha. All right. So, and then what kind of attempt was that? I'm sorry.
I'm just going for the kill. It's just
Okay.
trying to like slice him.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you guys are just exchanging parries and swings, but no actual lands yet. So there's that. He is actually going to try to return the favor to you. Man, he's gonna parry again. Artie is going to, as this particular guy that they're with has been kind of taken care of, Artie's going to look back at you, Daniel, and he's going to say some words, and you don't quite hear them, but he reaches out his hand, and you feel a small burst of energy as he casts Bardic Inspiration on you.
Hey. So it's D8. Right? All right.
Awesome. So yeah, that's his turn. This dude he's knocked out, so we're not worried about him. So Ejin, we are back to you. The guy in front of you is knocked out, and there's let me see, two guys pursuing Daniel still.
All right. Well, I'll return the favor. I'll go help Daniel.
Okay.
And guess I can get over there easy enough now. So.
And do you want to go for the one with more health or less health?
Let's work on the one with less health.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can roll big enough. I have no help at all. We got a 13. So that's probably not going to do it, right?
That is going to be a miss.
Yeah.
It's going to be a miss.
So I feel kind of helpless there. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can do.
Okay.
Doug, if I may ask, what type of sword is he using?
What's
I'm
that?
using- I'm
Yeah, what type of
longsword.
longsword?
Yup.
Versatile. It is versatile. So he could add his dexterity to the attack roll.
Well, my dexterity is only my modifier is only 2.
That's better than your strength, which is 0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be overall a +5 to hit. So what'd you say you rolled on dice?
What did I say? I've already forgotten. It was like 14 or something.
14? Did you say 14 on dice?
What was it?
Sounds right.
Something
Sounds
teen.
Yeah, right. You 2 plus your proficiency because you know how to use your weapon. So that would be a +5 also. So that would be 14 plus 5, 19?
Yeah. I mean, if you can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you hit him. You hit him. Let's see. So go ahead and roll damage for it, which damage with a long sword is 1d8.
D8 plus 5.
All
Yeah,
right.
yes. Plus one.
There we go. So, well, only roll a 2. But it's
But it's
something,
+5, so I mean that's 7.
right?
And you said you're going for the weaker one.
Yes.
All right, Ejin, you take up your great sword, and with rage and all the power you can muster, you swing down and chop this dude, leaving him very weak on the ground, not dead, but extremely weak. Nearly as weak as the other dude that you guys just beat. Awesome. Very, very good. Thank you for catching that, by the way, Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Awesome. So the stronger guy is going to go for Ben. Golly, yeah, I'm just missing. All right, Ben, he misses you again. You're just it's like
Neither of us can hit each other.
You're all a bunch of Super Saiyans just like punching at each other and just constantly dodging. So yeah, he swings and misses again, chopping into a nearby stone next to you. Which will bring it to Daniel and Jed.
Alright. I'm just gonna attack real quick. That's all I'm basically gonna be doing. So yeah.
And you do have Bardic Inspiration. So.
Do a Bardic Inspiration. That's my second attack. First would be I used to using a dice bowl like this. It's a 2 on dice. Glad I didn't use that there. So that first one's gonna miss. But I will use the Bardic Inspiration for the second one. So that's gonna be it's pretty good. It's 9, so it's gonna be 16 plus that's gonna be 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, sweet. And I will also be using a level 2 smite. So I believe that'll be 3d8 plus the RD2d6s that are happening. Sure, I remember how smite works. Let's see, it's 1 plus spell slot, level.
And I believe you still, just as a side note, I believe you still have that, what I say, +2 from training earlier. Reserve.
Okay, can I put that into damage?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, yeah, I'll do that also. So,
Okay.
so this all together will be first. Let's do. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. It'll be 10 slashing.
Okay.
2, 5, and 10 radiant. So 20 damage overall.
Sheesh. Very nice. So yeah, you pick up your sword and you think back to training earlier and all the moments where you're just like, just give me my sword, just give me my sword, and now you're like, I have my sword, and you slash him, and he gets a solid gash across the gut, and he hunches over, not quite dead, but he is in serious pain. He hobbles back, his weapon's still in his hand, but his hand is shaking. So a solid hit. What was it, Matthew now, right?
Yep.
Jed? Okay.
Yep.
Do it.
So what's going on around me?
Well, you got one dude that's looking very cruddy in front of, well, you got two dudes in front of Daniel. One is looking pretty cruddy, one is looking extremely cruddy and is nearly, like the guy you guys just defeated or knocked out. I mean, yeah, you got two targets to choose from basically. One is slightly stronger than the other.
I'll look at them both, and the one that looks worse, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on him.
The one with the lowest health, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
That'll be 6 damage.
60 damage. Wait, so I just said 60.
I mean, if you want to put it down for 60, that's perfectly fine.
And what kind of attack is that again?
It's Vicious Mockery.
Oh, okay.
So it's psychic damage.
There you go. Well, tell me how you kill this man with Vicious Mockery.
So I'm guessing this is the guy that just got slashed.
It's not. It's the other dude.
Okay.
So the dude just before him.
I'd say something like, as your brother bleeds out, never forget that you followed a god that led you to the spit of a knife and a blade and the words of true. Now bleed out and die, you stupid shoe. And I'll say that like, stupid shoe. And
and he just crumbles and dies.
he goes,
The
stupid
worst
shoe.
way to go.
Stupid
Tactic, I know. For damage.
Awesome. Very, very good. Okay. Artie is now approaching, and as the one dude that Daniel just attacked did not go down all the way. He attempts to attack him, and because this is how my rolls are doing today, he gets buried. What do you know? He's getting buried. A sword berry here, a sword berry there, you know? So he's still got a little fight in him, but it's all right. And that will come back to Ejin. One opponent left, Ejin.
All right. Well, I will finish him off, hopefully.
All right, do it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Well, okay. Just roll. It's 8 plus the 5. It's still gonna be, 13. So
Yeah, it's not enough.
probably missed him.
13 will be a miss.
Yeah.
still. This guy he's still holding his stomach, but he is well trained enough to parry off some weapons with what remaining strength he has. And he is backing up. He's walking backwards, still kind of hunched over, trying to get some distance, but he's not moving fast.
Well, as he backs up, I'm going to go at him. It's not quite as powerful as Vicious Mockery, but
It's pretty good.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
it lets them know how I feel.
Fair enough. He's going to try to return the favor to you, Ejin.
Yeah.
But you know what? No avail. Well, no, wait. What's your AC? It's,
12.
Oh yeah. You know what? He is gonna hit you then.
Right.
You get in and you do your little thing, and he uses that opportunity and deals you 7 damage when he slashes you.
Oh. Okay. All righty.
Daniel and Dead. Back to you.
All right. I'm gonna kill this guy. Blasphemous. I have more shipping.
I'll be back.
14. That misses. That's gonna be 18.
That will hit.
And I'll pour a level 1 smite into him.
Okay.
So it'll be 1, be 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it? Oh, actually, it's only 17, but still hits. Yeah, because that's proficiency. I think I was wrong about that, but it's fine. Yeah, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'd be 8 slashing with 5 celestial. What's it called?
Well, Daniel, tell me how I finish him off.
I'll just you just see him standing there. It's just weakened, probably still. I don't know what is his face? What is he looking like right now in his face?
Extremely pale. His face looks up at you, still with his hood on, and that's when, for the first time, you actually note kind of what all these guys' faces have in common. They have the black scars on their face, but they're in a pattern, like an actual pattern around their face, like 3 stripes that go over the forehead, around the eyes, and down. He looks very in pain. He does not look afraid, though.
Right. You see like this white glow through my sword as I just stab him through the chest.
And
Your strongest on this island is not who you think. Your death will be in vain, but hopefully you'll be spared in the afterlife. As I go, pull my sword out.
he crumbles and falls down and, sprawls out on the ground dead. And finally, the last person that you meant to kill is dead. One is nearly dead, over on the side. And yeah, so you guys finally defeated them. So initiative is not needed at this moment. What would you all like to do?
Is the cave still crumbling?
Oh, it's gone. It's been crumbled.
Oh, okay. So whatever happens is stopped happening by now, and we're safe to be standing where we're standing.
Yeah, you're basically outside now, just among the rocks and the boulders and stuff.
All right, I'll just ask, like, Artie, can you tie him up? We'll wait for him to wake up.
Yeah, I got you. And he goes over and ties him up real good.
Is he in the dining state or is he just unconscious?
He has one singular hit point left.
So he's just unconscious. All right. All right. Well, so while I'm waiting for him to wake up, I guess I'll talk to it's like Emish, right? His name?
Even?
Egan.
Close enough,
Egan.
right?
Sorry, I'm used to that.
It's good to see you.
My parents named me after the goat.
Oh, I'm not sure what I was named after, but
You said it's good to meet you, or,
Yeah,
or
it's good to see you. Yes.
Yes, you as well. This was a rude awakening, I have to say. I've been gone for a while, and then I wake up in this hall of horrors, this cave of horrors, and don't know what I'm doing here except for I seem to be missing something.
You know what you're missing?
It's like a dream. It keeps just when I think I can remember, it fades. And I can't quite recall. Feel like I should be looking maybe here in the rubble of this cave.
Dream.
I don't
I can
know.
say I can help with that, but I can help look for something if you think you'll see it, you know it when you see it. I could help.
I can only hope, since I don't know.
Already tied up the guy, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So for some more details for you guys, just to fill in any gaps or whatever. Egan does not remember you guys
Really?
at all. In fact, he doesn't remember anything. When you guys last encountered him, back at the Quarter God's Keep, and he exited before you guys, you found him outside knocked out. The resulting head injury removing most, if not all, of his memory about his entire time on the island and everything to do with it. So he really doesn't remember much of anything. However, if you guys would like to, feel free to roll an investigation check. If you want to look around the rubble and the rocks to see if you see anything peculiar.
21.
21.
Actually, wait. Yeah, 21.
Let me check. Doop 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 doop. I
I
don't know.
What?
I didn't roll well, so
Okay.
I would also ask Artie to stay with the guy and tell me if he wakes up.
Yeah. He'll stay there, and he has his sword drawn, but he's sitting. He's not too stressed about this dude at the moment. But yeah. And also, Dad, feel free to roll a investigation check, or if you would like to, I'll let you choose. If you would like to, you could also roll a history check and try to maybe remember what you're looking for.
Well, they both have the same modifiers, so I'll just do the investigation check.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going to be 14, total of 14.
14. Okay. So as you guys are looking around the rubble, you're not even really sure what you're looking for. However, after maybe 20 minutes or so of kind of moving rocks around and searching. Ejin, you feel drawn to a particular section of rocks that are kind of lined up. They're all about the same size and lined up in a row, almost like a wall was kind of being built, but not quite. Something kind of draws you to that area, and Daniel, you rolled just high enough to where you see Ejin going over that way, and with your investigative skills, you start digging around, and in a moment, you end up finding this thing wedged in between two of the stones. And it is not something you recognize.
I'm gonna pop detect magic.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Continue with
sorry.
your description, and I'll ask my questions about detect magic after.
Wait, what's that?
I would say please continue with descriptions. I'll ask my questions
Oh,
with detect magic later.
But kind of what's shown here, it's pretty small. It's actually only about this big, about like dollar coin size. But it seems to be some kind of a glass or crystal. It doesn't feel hard enough to be crystal, but there is a moving iridescent light inside of it that kind of swirls around, and there's the essence of life to it. You said you cast detect magic?
Yeah. So first of all, is this thing magical?
It is. It is magical. Yes.
All right. Do you think you can tell me which school of magic it's emanating?
What's that?
Do you think you can tell me which school of magic it is emanating?
Because I'm a fake fan, I'm not even sure which school of magic there are that would fall into this particular category.
Could be Hufflepuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a Hufflepuff.
I see. Makes sense.
Well, what I can do, because I just need to educate myself more on that, what I can do is I can basically just kind of break down a little bit more of what you're feeling from it, if that's, if that'll suffice at least.
Yeah. Sure.
What you're detecting inside of it is there is a essence of life inside, and something about the energy from it correlates with the energy you get from Ejin himself. They seem to be connected in some sort of way. And Ejin, you see this, and you know that is what you're looking for. You don't know exactly why, but you're like, yes, this is it. What's that?
Does it open to release the life force or the?
What would you like to do with it if Daniel's holding it?
Okay.
Well, I'll yield to Daniel's options first. If he's holding it.
Right.
I don't want to do something, that might harm him.
That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll just quickly, like you said, just see if there's any way you can interact with it. It's just like extremely tiny, right?
What's that?
It's just like extremely tiny, right?
Yeah, it's small. You don't feel any threatening essence about it. Mystical for sure, but nothing threatening that you feel.
I feel like this essence needs to be released somehow.
I'll tap it. I just attempt like give it to Emish.
Ejin.
Close enough.
Why do I keep doing that? I'm terrible with names.
It's
I
okay.
apologize.
It's okay. He can't remember your names either.
Yeah, fair enough. Jim. Yes.
Matthew, are you talking?
Are you the one who got knocked on the head, Daniel? It's kind of what it seems like. Is it Edgar? Edward. Steven. You're like, what? It's not even close.
Jeremiah. Anyway. Yeah, I'll just hand it over to Ejin.
All right. I'll take it. And look at it closely and see if there's any. I really feel the urge to release this force. So I'm going to inspect it for a method of opening it without destroying it.
Well, Ejin, as you take this crystal in your hand, the glowing radiates brighter, and ever so slightly it begins to crack in your hand, just like a crack just creeps across it, and light kind of peers out of it, and the radiation of it, you drop it to the floor, and the glowing shines brighter, and and before you, first in the form of light, but then becoming more and more physical material, but slightly almost ghost-like, there's a dog. There's a dog that comes up to you, and it seems to have black and white fur, and it just scoots up to you. It doesn't even bark. It just scoots right up to you and looks up at you with brown eyes.
Her name's
What's your
Willow.
dog's, what's your dog's name, Ejin?
Belle.
Yes, it is Belle.
It's my dog Belle.
Oh,
It is your dog, Belle.
Is the dog magical?
Didn't used to be.
It's at this time where yes, Ejin remembers his dog Belle, and then remembers correspondingly what this thing is. And this is going to be a little bit of a thing for you guys, just a little Easter egg. Every once in a while, there's a chance you may encounter one of these things. These are called cores. They are, there will be better chances to look more into these later on, but in an essence, these are captured moments of usually people or loved ones, captured for just a section of time within this core that can be released when they are needed most. And whenever you see Belle emerge from this core, and she looks very happy, starts running around, you start to you get a wave of memory of this, of particularly why you're here. And what do
oh,
you
Belle. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something totally different. Sorry. Oh, Belle. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Ejin, what do you remember when you are seeing her now?
Starting to come back. It's like I remember that we used to come here and she would play in this area. And she always loved running around. She loved chewing on things. And there used to be bones here, large bones that she would love to chew on. That she would just get wrapped up in that, and we would stay here for hours sometimes. And she just had a good time. It was just fun to watch her, to see her playing.
Yeah. When he's telling you all this, Daniel and Jed, you kind of think about what he said, and you feel a sudden slight uneasiness as you look around you at all the stones, all the rocks, and all the strange shapes that they're making. And you are in some kind of a dragon graveyard. These aren't rocks. These are dragon bones all over, seemingly that have been devoured by something much, much bigger. They've been sitting here for a while, though. However, you guys completed this particular part of the mission, And Bell and Ejin, you guys, Bell seems to start leading the way on a particular trail that once again you don't quite recognize. Your memory is still foggy. You haven't got it all back. Something tells you that she is leading you where you need to be. You know where you belong.
Yeah.
Possibly where you came from, and you figure that it is time to go ahead and try to regain some of your memories back where you belong, and you decide to part ways. Is there any farewells you'd like to say to your new old friends? Your-
Well, I got to say, I really appreciate your help. I would not have survived this long without it. So may the gods grant you peace and blessings and prosperity along your chosen path. This is my chosen path. I'm trusting this critter to lead me in the way that, well, hopefully I'll find something that I've been missing for a long time. So goodbye.
Goodbye, Ejin.
Bye, Ejin. Be
Bye,
fine.
Be
Ejin.
safe.
Bye. Bye, Belle.
Okay, but yeah, you're dismissed now, Dad. If you would like to. So
All right.
thanks for
Think I'll,
playing with
think I'll head out and camp out for the night.
All right, sounds good. Well, have a good night. Thanks for playing. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one too. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Matthew, kick him out of the chat.
I
No.
can still hear you.
I got you, Dad. Don't worry.
Dad, kick
Dang.
your own dad out of the call. Wow.
It's okay. It's okay.
You
But
said
yeah,
the dog, and for some reason I was thinking of a different dog. And I was like, why? How does he know about that? And I was like, Willow. And then he said Belle, and my brain went, Belle. And I wasn't thinking about your dog. I was thinking about a different dog entirely. And I'm like, whose dog? And then I was like, oh my god,
I guess you guys
Belle.
had or have a dog named Belle.
I
Yeah,
had a
they-
dog named.
they had a
it's
dog
very,
named-
It's very meta. Very meta.
So that was very funny. That's why I was laughing so hard, because I was like, I should know. I loved Belle.
Yeah.
I knew Belle very well. I remember I
She-
came over one day and you were like, I was like, oh, where's Belle? And you were like, oh, dude.
Yeah, I remember.
You were like, she's in the backyard. I was like, oh, what's she doing in the backyard? And you were like, she's underground. And I was like, what? And you were like, yeah, Belle died,
She's in
dude.
the
And I was
backyard. She's on the ground. She died.
like, you literally did that though. I was like, where's Belle? And you were like, she's out back. And I'm like, okay, well, let's bring her in.
That's the worst. That is like the second worst way of saying they're dead I've ever heard.
It was funny.
Yeah,
It made
you
me
know,
like, yeah.
Well, and I think when I said that, I think for some reason I had assumed I had already told you about her passing. So I was just like,
No.
oh, she's in the backyard. But knowing me, maybe not. Maybe I was just being
You were messing with me. It was
But-
funny.
Oh, but anyway.
So we watch him walk off, and we're like,
Yes.
oh, okay, that was, well, we
Apparently
left
we're
him
not
with
the
a
only
note,
one.
didn't we?
What's that?
We left him with a note, didn't we, Daniel?
Yeah. I remember we did. Something seems to have happened to him since we last seen him. I don't think he was that forgetful.
Well, you're forgetful. You called him Edward 47 times.
Very similar names.
You guys will meet like Ishin or something.
Anyway, we've got a
But-
man and I to interrogate. If I could get your assistance.
All right.
Let's
go
I pick up the poker.
No need for that. Just when he attempts to answer me, I suggest that you do that thing that you do that makes people worse at what they do.
Huh?
and
I'm not sure how to explain it. What just
Oh, you mean to mess with him? You mean to tell? I got you. I got your corner. I got you. Meta.
Um,
Use cutting words. Got it. In game. I'll be. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Alright.
Now, by this time, Artie has begun to smack the dude a little bit just to, get him to wake up some. And come on, get up, wake up. And the guy just.
What do you want with me?
Answers.
Perhaps the right question would be useful.
Will you be truthful with you if we ask them?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Oh no.
You're gonna what?
Casting Zone of Truth.
Zone of truth.
Oh, geez. Describe that one to me, because I think I know what that means, but I might as well go ahead and tell me, so I'm sure.
You
Like I
create a
said.
magical zone that guards against deceptions in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choosing. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time, or starts a turn there, must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether or not a creature succeeds or fails this check. An affected creature is aware of the fate and can avoid answering questions they would normally respond with a lie.
Meaning
Basically, yes.
basically, if you ask him a question and he'll know that he can't lie, he could just be silent. So if it's like,
He has the right to remain silent or tell the truth.
yes,
Okay.
unless he passes. If he passes the DC check, he can lie, but Daniel will know
We'll
that
know
he's
it's a lie.
lying.
Okay. What is the DC check on that?
That would probably be a 14 also. Yeah, it's just 14. So I have a charisma myself.
All right. Well,
So casting is bad.
What would you like to know?
Well, he would first need to make the DC save since he's.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
Hey,
Damn
Jed.
it.
No, I was gonna let him. I was gonna let him do it naturally the first few times. But
It's
then
not first few times. It's the one save, and if he fails that one save, as long as he stays inside the circle, he cannot lie.
oh, and he just failed it.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sweet! I didn't even need to do it. Yay!
Okay.
So, what would you like to ask him?
All right. First, why were you looking for us?
My master requires your company.
Remind me again, who would that be?
His name haunts this island.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Sorry.
My name's Jet.
Billy Bob!
His name haunts the silent. Edward. Fear. Edward.
But he looks to you and he goes,
Eomake. The rightful king.
By what authority?
The power vested in him.
King of what?
Where'd he get that power?
We know not where he gets it. He's been here long before us, and he will remain long after we fall.
Okay. Daniel, do you have any more questions for the man? Because we know where he is. We know what we need to do. Do we really need this guy alive right now?
I'm checking. Rightful king of what?
This island. Jed will literally like copy him and and eventually this world, right, buddy? That's what you're gonna say. I can feel it. I get what you're putting down, right? Huh? Come on. Eh?
You're not as dumb as you look.
I knew it. I'm gonna pull out something really fun, and this is to DM. I'm gonna pull out the orb, and you said, yeah. So I'm gonna pull out the orb, and I'll be like, oh, so he wants this. That's amazing. We do have it. You knew that. He knew that. Stop licking your mouth. You're creeping me. Doug, you said once a day this thing can become something that can help us, right? That was one of the things.
This is true.
Okay. Does it sense that and become the thing, or do I have to tell it what to become?
Tell me what you would what you're looking for, and the best accommodating thing will kind of just manifest based on your desires, according to what it is able to do.
So it becomes, does it become that thing, or does it make that thing appear?
Oh no, it becomes it.
Okay, and then it stops becoming that thing at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically,
Alright.
once said thing is its purpose has been used, it'll go back
Turn
to
back to its orb.
Yes.
Turn back into the orb.
Yes.
Okay, so I was doing a bit. It's not like anything serious. I was trying to be goofy. Jed's
Oh.
feeling goofy. So he's gonna imagine, because he doesn't quite know how to use it 100%, like if there was a magic word or not, but he does
Mhm.
know that if he like focuses on this thing and what he wants, it'll become what he wants it to become. All right.
Mhm.
So where is your number? Doug, there you are.
Please go.
Oh, my girlfriend is texting me at the same time.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Don't send the wrong thing to the wrong person.
Is that what you desire?
Yeah. It's dumb, but it's gonna be funny. But I'll do it behind my back.
Can Daniel see it behind your back?
Yeah, no, he'll see it change.
Okay, so
Alright.
you see you see Jed put the orb behind his back, and it begins to glow, and it does this strange thing where, even though it looks to be made of crystal or glass or something like that, it kind of like deflates a little bit, kind of does that, and warps and begins stretching, and you hear like as it begins making a shape, and it becomes it's kind of like a javelin, like a small hammer. And Jed pulls it out, and before him is a crystal hammer made out of the same material as the orb was.
Okay, so I hold the hammer and I'll look at Daniel and I'll go, any last questions?
Yes.
Then ask them, please.
But I'm guessing you're part of this cult.
We are his children, his servants. Who doesn't want eternal life?
There's a better way, friend. Through Jesus Christ, if you accept him as your Lord and Savior. All jokes aside, you don't have to be gross.
I hate how big my forehead is in this angle. Then my like vein starts popping out.
Okay, so he's like serious though. So sorry. Eternal life. I'm gonna look at Daniel.
Is that what he promised you?
He's
Nice.
already done it. Don't you see? Look around you. He's done it for 100 years, and he'll do it for many, many more. And you could help him with that.
But we could also stop him, which makes the thing that you believe in, the eternal life, not eternal. If it can be stopped, Daniel, hang with me here. That means it's not eternal. I'm like messing with this guy's religion. You see, that's dumb. But, that's fine. Daniel, any more questions? I'm going to shut up now.
Does he say anything after that? Or?
It wasn't a question, so it's not like he has to
Well,
say anything.
He doesn't have, even if it was a question, he still doesn't have to say anything. I'm wondering if he did say something, though.
I'm going to roll persuasion because I'm trying to persuade him that what he's fighting for is stupid.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm doing it.
You most certainly can try.
I will try. Well, everything I just said was slightly persuasive, kind of in a mean way, but
Also, while he's bound, according to what you guys know, while he's bound, can he still do? I mean, like, can he still do an action even if he's like? Obviously, it's very limited. Like, he can't move and stuff. But theoretically, does he still have a action he can do? I know he can't like tap or anything.
Let me look up exactly because I'm gonna say that he's restrained, which is
Yeah. I guess I could just look it up too.
a second. Let me get this up for you. Restrained. All right.
Okay.
attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. That is to say they can still technically attack, but they have disadvantage. So as long as it's plausible, he could try. If I get close enough, he could headbutt me. You know what I mean? He could kick me. Yeah, so he still has an action. It's just he's going to have disadvantage. And then he has a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Their speed becomes 0, and they can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. And then we have advantages on attacks against him.
It's yeah. I mean, he's not going to attack or anything. I was just like, I literally just looked up the answer to my own question. It's just like, oh, okay, never mind. Didn't even need to ask that.
I got a 27 in persuasion.
Okay.
For anything that's worth, I'm probably not high enough. He seems
what exactly are you trying to persuade him in?
Oh, that the eternal life that he was talking about is false because it can technically be ended.
He is everlasting. He's eternal. We are everlasting. We are eternal. He is everlasting. He is eternal. We are everlasting.
Oh, Daniel, they a cult. They a bad cult. They a crazy cult. Try to insight and see if this guy's like 100% there.
You want to do what?
Doug's like, I love when you're in character. You're like, I'm not. DM's not here right now. I'm this character, and then like you turn over. You're like, oh, I'm back. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Method actor.
Like just temporarily possessed.
I want to insight and see if I can't tell. Like, is this guy actually like crazy? Like, has something going on in his head?
Okay, yeah, do an insight
check. At this
check.
point, like he believes this so much, just kind of like a general insight, and I got 21.
21. You are looking at his eyes, obviously, but you are more so looking at the patterned scars on his face, and you're thinking of the pain that had to be endured to take those. Those aren't scars to heal something. Those are scars to be a symbol. Those were placed there intentionally. Whatever this dude either did to himself or had done to him, maybe he was broken before then. Maybe it's the thing that broke him. I can wait.
All right, Doug. I'm gonna say my headset. It's a Bluetooth headset, and it may die in like 5
Okay.
minutes. So if I just go silent and if I like do
Okay.
this, I just can't hear you guys anymore because like
Okay.
the speakers on this laptop doesn't work anymore. So this is the only way I can hear stuff from it.
Oh geez. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So if that happens, I'm just gonna like signal and then probably just actually I gotta like join Skype on my phone or something. But I might just
Okay.
have to be into the session.
You're good. Yeah. So we're almost there. So, but yeah, whatever happened to this guy or whatever he did to himself, whatever the case may be, like I said, the other cultists, they had the same symbols on their face, or the same patterns on their faces as well. You're not sure if this is what broke him or if he was broken beforehand, but he is something's wrong with him. He's
Gotcha.
He's messed up.
Okay. So yeah.
Are you
Daniel,
done?
I'm done with questions. You go ahead.
How many are there of his children?
There's room for 2 more.
If there's a reason I can't do this, by all means, let me know. But he's going to cast plane shift and vanish.
I don't know anything about plane shift, so
I'll look that up real quick.
I could look it up, but yeah, no, he should be good.
Okay, it's verbal, somatic, and material. So to do somatic spells, you do need your hands to do stuff. And to cast a spell, he will need to say some magic words to cast a spell. So I since his hands are restrained, I do believe he would not be able to cast a spell.
So he reappears. Shit.
No, wait. What if he starts to do it? Like he says the words and like magic goes and he like starts to disappear.
Yeah.
But he's like,
It like starts to tout TARDIS out of existence, and then TARDIS is back in.
Dang it.
oh my gosh.
But for the sake of continuity, you hear him muttering a spell under his breath, and he's trying to release his hands.
Okay.
I'm gonna like hold his mouth for a second. 2 more questions. And then
What
like,
do you want?
why does he need the orbs?
He hasn't told us. He is eternal. We are eternal. His desires are our desires.
That's all he tells you. He tells you that.
My final question. My brain can't think of a specific word. 1 second. Eternal. There's another word for eternal. Oh yeah, I got eternity. That's what my brain's looking for. Do you want to see where eternity ends? Jed.
Don't. As soon as I made that hammer, I was waiting for the word. Like I'm just waiting for the word.
You know, technically, I ought to have you roll to see if it hits.
I will.
Yes, it's advantage and
He does get advantage. Ooh, in fact, when you land it, because I know you're gonna land it, I want to see the damage you do to him.
21.
Rain.
What would a damage from the
Uh,
hammer? Like maybe like a D6?
You want a warhammer?
No, it's not. It's just a hammer,
it's
like
a
a
small
like your
hammer.
like a common hammer. So a dagger is D4. So why don't we do a D4
Yeah, D4 bludgeoning. I don't see why not.
plus my 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 damage plus 5 dex.
Yeah, you crack a skull like an egg.
And then I go, thank you, orb. And I put it back in my bag.
The orb seems to like fizzle the blood off of it. It transforms back into the orb.
And I'll say, I'm sorry, orb, but I had to use it for comedic purposes. And then I'll look over at Artie and I'll look at Daniel and I'll go, well, that was pretty dark. Sorry, they just kind of made me mad talking about eternity when they don't even understand it. So
Artie just looks at you. He goes, I can't say anything.
oh yeah, that guy. I remember.
I think we should all hit the road.
Yes, we should. Before. Well, he probably knows they sent him here, so we should actually double time it. Let's go.
I can agree to that. And with that, was there anything, Ben, you wanted to say or do before we?
I'll wait to do that. Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. And with that, the heroes make their way to the main road. And in the distance can make out a small town, and behind it, a hulking shape of a series of castle walls and towers surrounded by an enormous wall. They are soon to be at Fur Chase, and beyond it, the gates of the Silver City.
Woo! It only took us 400 years. My favorite thing is like Jaden is just somewhere.
He's just been kidnapped. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
he's probably kidnapped by someone. He's probably probably gonna go to the arena and we see him fighting or something.
Okay, cool. So we'll work on, I guess, the next scheduled time. Hopefully get Jaden in. If we can't, that's fine. I'm thinking for the source of the campaign, I need to get the red sword back. At first I thought it would be safer and I was not accepting of the destiny, but now I understand, hey, I should probably get the sword back because Jaden doesn't play a lot of the sessions and that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you know me, and if Xander disappears, it doesn't mean the sword will, but the sword will end up somewhere, and I can't promise where it'll end up or who it'll end up.
I have an idea on how to get it back, but I'll have to run it by you in a session.
Okay. Yeah.
And I guess we'll figure out next time we're playing, everybody. And then also, you said my single session stuff was done?
Yes. Yeah. It's good.
When do you want to do that?
So my days. So this is gonna be my long week. Coming up, my only days off this week are. Let's see. I work Monday, Tuesday. I have Wednesday and Thursday off. However, at least one of those days or nights, I'm going to be doing something with the girlfriend. I could solo sessions shouldn't take too long. Usually, I mean, I don't know. I think mine and yours went a pretty typical amount of time, or close to it, maybe a little shorter.
Yeah, probably shorter. Yeah.
I know Jaden's went almost the full amount, but granted, he took a lot of phone call breaks for his girlfriend or something like that. So I mean, theoretically, like a Wednesday night, I could do it if you wanted to do it that soon.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can do Wednesday night as long as.
Yeah. If Wednesday night works best for you, just text me. Like we'll say that now, but then just text me and I'll clear it with, everything, and make sure. But we'll do that Wednesday then.
Also, do need to figure out because I think we are trying to do this still, but the Roll20 trying to share that with you guys. To figure out when that's going to happen. Less important than the single, but still wanted to do that.
Well, how hard is it to set up, Ben?
It's not that hard, honestly.
Because all we need is grid and then player characters, and we can just make the rest up until we can learn more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
you
I-
could- go ahead.
hopefully, like this next paycheck, which is like in another basically 2 weeks, hopefully I can get like a cheap laptop. And then, because like this one, there's a reason I do it on Skype on this. But yeah, hopefully in about a couple weeks, I'll be able to snag something, doable for a laptop that can
It
at least
shouldn't matter.
handle that.
Can you open up Chrome right now?
I mean, it's not that it like can't pull it up, but like this thing, even on Skype on my end,
Then it's a really old computer. It's
no, it is, and
Trust me, Ben.
it used to be my dad's old editing. My dad's a videographer, so there's so much everything on this thing. It's just it's on its last legs. I mean, when I'm done using it, it's probably just gonna get junked.
That's fair.
Um,
I understand that. So
then
it's this one. Like I said, the speaker stops working, so that's the only way I
Yeah,
can hear things.
But
Well,
Yeah.
then what we can do though is once that happens, we can move towards that. So once if you ever do, and get the laptop for you and other reasons, you don't have to just get it for D&D. That's probably the most expensive equipment for D&D I've heard of. Well, I guess people do get tables for thousands of dollars, so
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
I know a guy
Um,
who like built a TV into a like
A
wooden
table.
table.
I
Yeah.
want to do that.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen it, but he sometimes brings it back into GMG. He constantly he actually kept it at GMG for a while when we played there. Stop playing with that group for now. Like, I want to try. That's sidetrack. Oh yeah.
But
That's it.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll definitely work on getting that going because I do want to get that going. That would be super helpful, obviously.
And then how are we feeling on levels?
Did we level up to level 5? I don't remember.
Did we just level up to level 5?
Yeah, I think this is only like maybe the second, maybe third.
I don't know,
that we're at level 5.
I know I did constantly forget that I was a tiefling, so I can cast spells. So I was at level 3 for a while there, and I've never. I think in the duel, that's the first time I ever casted Hellish Rebuke. Let alone at level 5 I got Darkness, so I was like, oh, I can cast Darkness, so it's good.
So that was the last session that we had just leveled up. Okay, I was just
I
making sure.
don't know. There's a chance I just forgot about it.
So I think what happened was like last session we did just level up, but I think we had been supposed to do it the one prior. So this should have been our third at level 5.
Okay, gotcha.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this. What's the date today? So the date is 2/11/24. We are at session 3 at level 5. Boom, it's in the chat, and hopefully that will make sense when we go back to look at it. As long as we can remember what that means, then we can remember that this is our third session at level 5. Is that doable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And
cool.
we'll go from there, and then I'm trying to think of other stuff. So I'll see you Wednesday, and we'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
all I could think of.
Okay. And just because you know me, so what did you think of this session, by the way? Because I wrote it like a minute ago because we were gonna play that one weekend, and then my dad ended up in hospital and stuff like that. But
That's
I know
right.
there was a few weird moments and stuff like that. But I like being back.
I love your pee break. Probably what the pee break was it?
What, going and setting him up, huh?
Yeah. He's like, I gotta go pee. I'm like, yes, I wonder who this mysterious man in the cave is.
I actually did go pee. I did go pee.
Yeah,
But I told my dad ahead of time. I was just like, hey, we're gonna get some stuff knocked out at the beginning, and then I'm gonna call you in and stuff. So yeah. But I know he's missed playing with us and stuff, so he might pop in a time or two again.
He's
You-
off on his own adventure while we're on our own.
I think it's hilarious.
Oh, it is. It's definitely.
He's
He's like-
he's like the cabbage guy in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
My cabbages.
Like something happens to him and he's got to like fix it, right? And it has
Yeah.
either something to do with the main characters, like right, you know, or it has something. It's always like surrounded. He's the opposite of the Avatar. Avatar is high action. He's low action, but he's always there.
Yeah, it's
Odd-
true.
Oddly enough, you guys ever seen the game Utopia? It's a game where you play as your Mies, and there's this guy that goes around stealing faces.
No.
Really? Never. Huh. Never mind then.
It sounds very interesting though.
Have you ever
But
heard
it
of
is.
this cool game called Blech? It's about make about and do that. And I'm like, sorry, dude. No.
I guess you two aren't Nintendo people.
Well, I know the me, but I've never heard of that game. That game sounds kind of cool.
It's a fun RPG. It has like it's fun.
Is it a Wii game?
I believe they released it recently on Switch, but it was a Wii game. Yes.
Hmm. I got a Switch.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll have to check that out.
Hmm.
Well, so I'll see you Wednesday, and then we will get texting and try to see who can play when. I don't know what's going on with Jaden.
We never do.
I went back in the text messages, and he said it was good like 3 times, and then didn't.
You probably-
Well, I mean, he did. He was like,
today, you mean?
no, yeah, like the other day.
Yeah,
Oh,
we talked about like Saturday or Sunday. It's like he was like
Yeah.
I'm okay with Saturday or Sunday, and then
Yeah.
Well, like it was right here.
mhm.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I know
You said, "Oi, Jens, Jaden. I don't know if you got a time that works for you, but let us know." And this was yesterday at 2:52. If nothing else, do we want to shoot for maybe 6:30, 7:30 tomorrow-ish or ish tomorrow? And he said that sounds good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. As for me, I just got back from a camping trip. I went camping Saturday night.
Nice.
So
Nice.
what's here today? Let me check. Doug, what's the name of that VR game? I don't know why you can't play. I guess something's going on. But yeah, so I was thinking we should continue as is and then do that. Figure out the other thing. And then Doug, I want to ask this because we talked about it earlier.
Mhm.
So why were you asking if, like, you said that we were talking about it, you said that like I like playing with you guys, and I want to continue to play even when this campaign's over.
Oh, about what I asked you before.
I was gonna say,
DMing and stuff.
did what was your idea on how long that this campaign was going to keep going? And then also, like, what do you mean? Do you want me to start DMing afterwards? Like, do you want me to?
Oh, that's completely up in the air, man. Like it was pretty much an abstract question. The reason I asked is because, and obviously I can't say obviously you guys don't know everything that I have in my brain, but assuming it remains enjoyable and it's still fun for you guys and you guys still want to play the campaign and everything, there is a chance that depending on the ending of this campaign, it could segue into another one, which wouldn't have to take off right away because I have not actually written anything that far ahead.
Mhm.
But there's a possibility at a follow-up campaign depending on the events of this one and what happens in it. But that's very like a big what if, you know.
Well, I was wondering,
Mhm.
because I was thinking about it. What if, because I mean, are you wanting to play? Is that why you asked me? Because if you want to play, I'll DM.
I'm very at war with myself. I do want to play, but I also, you know, I love writing stories. I love making stories.
No,
I've had so much fun doing this, man.
So what if we do something and you guys tell me if I'm just if you want to focus on one thing or two. It is hard to focus on multiple things, but would you want to, if we wrote notes, or even if I was the DM wrote notes, what if we went every other, right? And we had 2 games going. Ben's like exasperated already.
So you're talking about like every other
I'm in a lot of D&D campaigns
night
right now.
thing?
Oh, are you, Ben?
Online, I have a lot of friends, and a lot of them are obsessed with D&D, and I have separate friend groups that are also in D&D. Let me go through my brain right now and figure out how many I am and see if I can go with my own. I'm working on my own right now based off of Jujutsu Kaisen, because a friend of mine asked for that, and like, yeah, I could do that. So that's happening. I'm with you guys. I'm King D&D in that one. I think I'm in that one.
King DDD.
Yeah, just for some reason I just like I was like, I want to be an artificer. What should I be? And I'm just like, screw it. Let's do King D&D with the giant hammer. So this is gonna be fun. It's
All
fun.
right. Well, regardless, I get it. So we'll just do it, that one. But what I was saying is I'm willing, Doug, if you want to, after this one, if you want to flesh out that story more, I can just run a campaign that I've already run once before.
Is it the one with my family that we just kind of like stopped?
Oh, that was kind of a one shot that I
Was that one
messed
shot?
with. Well,
Oh.
it was supposed it could have opened up into more, but it was a one shot basically.
I see. Okay.
But the dungeon you guys went through is a part of the big campaign for mine. But to make it interesting, I would change it. So if
Obviously,
you were to play it again, it would not be the same at all.
It would not be yellow slimes. It would be blue slimes. Yes.
Right. Actually, it would probably be something more horrifying just to mess with you. But
Well,
I'd also probably start you off at a higher level for fun, and then throw heavier stuff at you.
I love starting off at higher levels, just in general. Like when I'm DMing people, like they can't really do a lot. I want the people who I'm playing with. I want them to have fun. And
yeah.
if I start them out and they're not really able to do much, it just
Well, no, but the only, and I'm sorry, Ben, but I kind of disagree, because I agree, when they all know each other, it sucks to start at level 1 because you all vibe with each other. Like, I'm glad Doug and me and you, even though me and Ben know each other, we're still getting used to this type of play, right?
Yeah.
And then getting a feel, because Ben, it's not like we hung out every single day for the past few years. So it's like getting used to getting back to know each other. I've known you since you were a baby. You've known me your whole life. So it's same in one way, but you grew up, I grew up, we're different people, still friends, and then I'm friends with Doug, so we're trying to get that little groove going, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad we started out at a lower level because our characters have to learn. But now, if you guys come into my campaign, you guys can
We're
like
already
write up a
friends
back.
and-
You can be like, we knew each other, and this works, because I will say one of my least favorite things in D&D when you start out at a low level is you have this epic backstory. I killed a dragon. I'm level 1, and I can't even fight this rat without dying on 1 hit because I have 3 hit points. You know what I mean? So
I like the main reason. It's not a main reason, but one of the reasons is subclasses. A lot of classes do not start out with the subclasses, even though I like working my subclass into my backstory.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh, I could do this stuff because I'm supposed to be really, like with my King DDD one, he's supposed to wield a giant hammer. But until I reach level 3 and get my subclass, I cannot use my
giant hammer.
I can't use a giant hammer because it's a subclass called I forget what it's called. But basically, I use my intelligence instead of my strength modifier for weapon melees, so I can actually swing the hammer. But I can't do it right now because I'm not with my subclass. So.
All right.
But,
well, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Just,
but yeah,
I just
we'll, we'll, yeah,
sorry.
we'll
Yeah, it's
look
fine.
into it
It was just an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but I'm definitely interested in doing a campaign where like either one of you DM at some point and stuff. I think right now for me, I think right now for me the idea of doing DMing and playing, my brain can't really wrap around that at the moment.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's just me. And that's just right now. Obviously, depending, because I'm still kind of getting used to the flow of work and everything. That could change really at any time. So I mean, we can certainly revisit it and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then, yeah, there's a bunch of big stuff coming up in this campaign. I'm looking forward to.
I'm excited
and
for this. Finally getting to go to this city that we've been hearing so much about.
yeah, no, I'm
Get
excited.
my
for
plate
you.
armor.
I was about to say, Daniel's like, I want the plate armor. Give me the plate armor.
I'm
I've
excited
been looking
for
this
you
bag
guys.
of gold around for the entire time, just like going to the armor shop. Plates.
Dude, one of my coworkers at work, he's a big D&D. There's a ton of D&D nerds at the jail. Don't know why. But one of them, like, I've been telling, because he's not gonna probably join us ever, just because he's already wrapped up in so much stuff. But he's been kind of like one of my outlets that I've been kind of like, oh, this is one thing that's going on in my story, and this is where it starts. And dude, he seriously, just because of all the time we've talked about it, he knows more about the Aldrovin history and lore than any other human besides me. like seriously, which is a huge thing, because like it's not really something you get to talk about that much,
Yeah.
But no, seriously, and he's retained it. He's retained all of it. He will make Matthew, he's made cross references to things I've talked about in the future, and he's even cross referenced like the campaign you were in back in the day, being like, oh, is that a follow up of like what happened whenever they like raided this castle? And I'm like, yes, it is.
I'm very
And,
curious.
like,
Where did you start? I'm just very curious now. You said you talked to him about it. Did you start at the campaign you're currently doing, or did you start him all the way back at like your first campaign with Matthew?
No, when we first started talking about it, I was just telling him about my current campaign, and it went into like, because homebrew and everything, and so it was like, oh, that's really interesting. Oh, well, where does where does this come from? And I'm like, oh, well, it comes from these guys that are back from this place. And he's like, oh, that place, what happened there? And it just kind of like little by little. I mean, dude, we work 12-hour shifts together, and we're basically locked in a tower for 12 hours a day. So you can talk about a lot of stuff when you can't access internet for 12 hours. But yeah, it just kind of kept building, and it's gone beyond even just the D&D sessions, but like my story, like just the story that has nothing to do with the actual campaigns, but just like the world origins and stuff like that. Like he knows almost as much as me, like, which is crazy for me to say. But yeah, so all that, I kind of lost my train of thought, but yeah, all that being said, he knows about some of the upcoming things I have planned for you guys. And he has told me, he's like, oh man, I wish I could join you guys. That sounds so fucking cool. I'm like, I'm excited for you guys to see what comes next. The Silver City is gonna be it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something.
Yeah,
So.
something tells me we're gonna be there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I get that feeling.
You could say that.
I just get that feeling.
Oh yeah, I am wanted, huh?
Young wanted, dead or alive. But
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead, wanted. But yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think especially once Matthew, especially once we do your solo session, it's gonna tie up a lot of. I think it's gonna affect a lot of collectively how everyone plays going forward, because I think with the backstory sessions that I've done, I think it's given a bit more gravity to what your personal objectives are, because in some way it's touched on each of your personal objectives and why they're there. You know what I mean? And so I think when Jed knows a bit more, because frankly, Matthew, I gave you the most vague personal objective.
True.
I did, and quite frankly, when I gave it to you, I had a ballpark idea, but then when I finished writing your session, I was just like, okay, this is it. So I think it'll definitely affect things way down the road toward, going towards the end and everything. Thank you guys for playing. I have a great
Yeah.
time. I put in so much like time to these stories, and I love going back and watching the TikToks and stuff like that because I like reliving. I like reliving things, and it's just a cool experience. So thank you guys for sharing in that and letting me
Yeah.
sharing it with you. So,
I don't come back because I have to. I come back because it's fun. So
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I'm glad I invited you, Ben.
no,
Matthew-
this sucks. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Matthew, I'm glad you invited me.
I forced you.
Yes, you did. I'm so glad. I'm so
I
glad.
said you do this or you die. Well, you got to work tomorrow.
Yes, I was gonna say I gotta get going. It's late.
It is.
But yeah. Oh, welcome back, Ben. Just in time to say
Yeah.
goodnight.
Yeah, it's just
Right. No, I do gotta hit the hay. I gotta be up 5:30. So yeah, gonna be a long day tomorrow. But thank you
You
guys
got
for
this.
playing, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks. Well, for Matthew, I'll see you hopefully around Wednesday. As long as everything's clear like I think it is, and
Yeah.
we'll get the ball rolling. Go to Silver
Alrighty.
City.
I'm excited.
all right.
All right. Peace out,
Peace.
Cub Scout.